YouTube. Yo, Scoop. What it do? It's your boy, James. Shout out Steph. Shout out Steph is cold. Yeah, man, this is like a manifesto video. You see the glow. You could get it too. Hop on retention. Never mind that. But, yeah, man, this is like a call out, man. This is like a manifesto to men everywhere, men out there. So I appreciate it if you're watching. And just, my interpretation of where society is now, the problems, why we're having the problems that we're having, how we can go forward, and why men is the cause of it all, honestly. So, yeah, let's hop straight into it, man. Not wasting no time. So, I guess to start, the way I look at society right now is, we're going through a lot of changes. We're going through a lot of changes in the world, and a lot of things are, shifting. We're going through an economic shift. The powers of the money is shifting, as we seen, through the pandemic, and a lot of things that happened on Wall Street with Robin Hood, and a lot more people getting interested in the markets and different things like that. Also, the rise of cryptocurrency and how it's just shifting from the big centralized systems to now shifting to the power of the hands of the people. So that's happening economically. As far as just the leadership and power structure, I feel like it's shifting from a patriarchy as it was in the past, and now I feel like in the middle of a matriarchy, which, if you don't know, patriarchy is essentially a system where men is at the head and men is leading things, and now we're at a system where women are at the head and women are more so in power, and can enact a lot of rules. And I think we see this in politics with the shift of going from more of conservative structures to now more liberal. Now, I don't lean either way, as far as leaning, actually I do lean more conservative, but I don't define myself as conservative or Republican or anything like that. I'm independent. I make my own decisions. I just look at the issues, and I align it with my values and my value system. So I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm just trying to get you to think and just take a look at what you can do to make stuff better. Because that's a big thing I want to call out before I get too far into it, is because a lot of people present these issues, but they're not doing anything to make it better. I'm trying to hop on this video, spread whatever I got. Hopefully that drops a seed into you. You drop the seed, and the butterfly effect happens. So, I think we just need to stop talking so much about shit and start doing shit. I'm ironically talking about shit, but this is my version of doing shit. So, it's not just like I'm having a little conversation with the people around me. That's neither here nor there. Back into the topic. But yeah, we have a political system shifting, and overall just a shift in the energy, I feel like, as far as a lot of stuff that's been happening. It seems like the women are getting more promiscuous. They have the power, and alluding to the topic of the video, why I feel like this is being caused by men is because frankly, a lot of men are just weak nowadays. That's the key. We're dealing with a lot of weak men in society nowadays. We see it in politics and letting we're not holding strong to our values. We just had Trump. I feel like he was a strong power. I didn't like everything he did. Fuck Trump at the end of the day, but it's more so fuck Biden for me. That's just my opinion. But Biden is just even giving more into the left-leaning way that society is going. And as men, I think this all stems from our seeking of comfort and pleasure. I've touched on that in past videos, but it really needs to have a video of its own. And just that's the problem with the men in our society. Is like we seek this comfort and pleasure from everything. We seek it in women, which gives them the power. The power is in that's why I think a practice like semen retention is so powerful, because we take back our power. We're not giving it to women. We're not releasing and giving them all our energy to where they feel like they can treat us any type of way. Because that's how it is right now, man. I don't know if y'all aware, like, look into shit, but like, damn, I mean, you know, you just take a scroll down Instagram, you know, there's so many dudes simping in the comments. You know they going crazy in the DMs. I don't even want to see the DMs. I know they crazy. Y'all stop sending DMs out here, man. Get on your purpose. But anyway, it's like, you know, OnlyFans, we seen that in the rise of the OnlyFans, and just, you know, these structures. The OnlyFans structure is built off men being simps. And that is just, you know, allow women to treat us in a way to where we're less than. And if we look at the structure, you know, I'm a firm believer in God. So if we look at the structure that the Bible lays out, you know, it's supposed to be God, then the men, then the women come from the men. You know, men come from God. If you look at the creation story, men come from God, women come from men. You know, so that's the structure, man. They should be looking to us for guidance and wisdom and leadership, but instead, you know, they look down upon us, and they're on the pedestal to where we're dogs and, you know, not really in control anymore, not having the leadership. You know, a lot of these women are leading households and different things like that, and just treating the men any kind of way. But I don't blame the women, because like I said, they're just gonna follow suit from however we're holding our ground, however we're holding our posture as men. You know, not posture, but our frame. You know, our frame as men. If we don't hold that strong frame, you know, they're gonna follow suit and try to be overly dominant. And you know, this stems from a lack of the family structure in America. You know, that's why we see in different countries there's not really this problem, you know, because there's still, you know, great traditional family values in the East and different things like that. In Africa, India, different places, you know, the Muslim religion, they hold strong to their male values. But here in the West, you know, it's you know, we're losing that family structure. You know, the men are being thrown in prison, especially for people that look like me. You know, where 1 in 3 are incarcerated still to this day. So it's like, you know, we're getting detached from the families, the family unit's breaking down. I was raised, you know, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 8. And, you know, my mom basically raised me since I was 8. So I would still go see my dad. You know, he was active in my life and different things like that. But, you know, was it the strong male father figure in the home that, you know, I feel like is best? No, it wasn't, I'm gonna be frank. It was mostly just me and my mom. So it's like, you know, and I know that's the story for a lot of other families, and even worse so, the mother is the only figure in the house. You know, the father's gone, you know, doing different things. So I feel like that's where the breakdown stems from. If we don't have a role model to look at, then, you know, it's hard. But, you know, I'm optimistic. We got things like the internet now, and people can tap in, and people are tapping into the knowledge because they're seeking it. You know, it's something missing in their soul. They feel like they're not doing it right. So I feel like, you know, once you're ready, the teacher will show. You know, once the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I feel like, you know, if you're searching for this information, it's going to be presented to you. And, you know, this is how I found it. Father figures like I watched, you know, Elliot Holst or Jordan Peterson or, you know, Jesus, and just like really tapping into the knowledge that's out there. So shout out to them guys, and just, you know, even the people on the same level or can look at as brothers, you know, strong brothers, you know, Steph is Code and Alpha Male Strategies. And, you know, I don't agree with everything these people say, but, you know, they have some good wisdom, and, you know, you take what you need and leave what you don't. You know, take the meat, leave the bones. So, like I said, man, it's just a manifesto. It's like, can we just become stronger as men? Can we make men strong again? Can we get back to, you know, how we're supposed to be and lead this country into where it's supposed to go, and not let, you know, because what the plan is once we conform more and get used to this comfort and pleasure, you know, it makes it easier for the government to do whatever they want to us. You know, there's not that sense of independence. You know, this country is built on independence and democracy, you know. But now it's leaning towards socialism, communism, to where the government is giving handouts. That's why, you know, this whole coronavirus thing I'm not a big fan of, because I see the plot, I see the ploy. You know, the ploy is, let's test them, let's, you know, give them this, see how they react. Here in Texas, it's real conservative, it's real, you know, and it shows. You know, nobody's wearing masks anymore, but I know some of the northern states, people are still having to wear masks going into certain establishments and different things like that. And that's just the phase one. If they could force you to wear a mask, who says they can't force you to do some other stuff, to force you to get a vaccine, to force you to, you know, buy groceries in their certain way or buy different things in a certain way. So it's just, it's a game of control. And if we take the self-control away from ourselves, which stems in the form of, pleasure, the self-control to not beat off, to not have to sleep with every woman, to not be consumed by our lower nature, our lower self, it makes it a lot easier for somebody else to come in and enact their own control. So I feel like, the way of how we do this is, enacting more self-control and discipline, and, focusing on things that we want to focus on for the long term and not giving into the short-term pleasures. It's a game of short-term and delayed gratification. I'm going to continue saying that, repetition is the key to learning. So it's never bad thing to hear stuff over and over and over again. So I'm going to keep saying it. That's the game we're playing, delay versus instant gratification. Now, if we continue to feed into the instant gratification, like I said, it's going to lead us down to the path of being controlled. Next thing you know, they're going to start giving universal income. Once they give universal income, we're basically employees of the government, and we don't have the independency. We're already basically owned by the government through our social security number. We're not individual citizens. We're a citizen of the United States government. That's what a social security number is. It's basically like your business number. So they basically own us already, but things up to this point haven't been too bad, but it can go worse, and that's what we're trying to avoid. And if we become strong again and let them know that that shit's not happening, and I mean strong in all ways, we got to be strong physically to be able to protect ourselves, protect our families, in case the government come in and try to do some shit. We need to have the guns ready to, protect ourselves. Like I said, if they come in and try to take over our house and just get to saying they're doing shit, like, nah, that's not going, you feel me? And if a lot of people rebel and a lot of people fight back, they're only gonna have the choice to make a decision, because it's a lot more of us than it is of them. And that's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that we really got the power, because the power and the strength is gonna come in numbers. So, as we progress, hopefully this shift changes in our favor. And I'm always a believer that everything's always working out for the good. So maybe a strong leader can rise and give back the control to the people, and allow the traditional structures of how this country was built to thrive. I think it's one of the greatest structures ever created was how this country was built. Not in terms of slavery and anything like that, but our morals and ethics and values. As far as power to the people, and the government is used to serve the people, that's a great structure. Instead of power to the government and the people is used to serve the government, which is what they're trying to have us do. And the government is just owned by some rich families out there anyway. So it's like, yeah, man, I don't want to go too down the rabbit hole and go into a whole bunch of different theories and shit like that. So do your own research. But this is just videos that served as a manifesto, man. Get strong in the gym. Get strong with your self-control. Get strong-willed. And pursue the things you need to pursue. Pursue a good wife. Don't let these women talk to you any kind of way. Don't let these women demonize you or put you down. And once you take back the power that you give them, which is sex, they don't have much. They don't have nothing. Like, what they gonna hold over you? Like, they can give you sex. That's it. I mean, what? Shit, I could cook my own food. I could, do my own laundry. I could do my own shit. The only power you gonna have is really if I'm giving you a seed. And that's not to bash women. Like I said, as we continue to do that and become stronger as men, they will fall back into their traditional roles, which is, to support our endeavors. In the beginning, man, they were used as a helper to whatever you have doing. So once you have a strong purpose, you're strong will, you have a path, nothing's gonna stop you from getting there. That's when you'll find the nice feminine and supportive women on that path, and they'll just start harmlessly flowing into your life and wanting to help. Because that's ultimately what they want to do, man. It's a game of fulfillment we're playing. So we're fulfilled by pursuing that purpose, and they're fulfilled by being alongside a man with purpose. Don't let that go over your head. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comment what you want to see next. Comment your thoughts on the way society is right now, and the way men is right now. If you like videos like this, I can make more. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Catch you in the next vid. Peace. Peace. Peace.